Hello there, everyone. This is Soul Silver 17 here, and let me get this like usual. I did not own this picture. This is a non-paid video. Alright, okay, so here's the thing. Like I said, I was gonna make an OP, character, like right off the bat. Like, hey, what if I put an OP character just right off the bat, basically? And if you do not know who this person is, this is Kususo. Wait, I can never say his name right, but I can only say Saiki right. But it's, Kusuo Saiki, or anime The Disaster Life of Saiki K. So, you do not know how much power this person has. Basically, he has enough power at the age of 16 to destroy the whole entire planet if you ever wanted to. So, if you don't think that's OP right away, from the day he was, like, not born, but the day when he only became, like, a month old, he was able to float in midair and walk. So, yeah, how this is gonna turn out is, I don't know. Honestly, I had the story. I had where certain scenes will happen in it, but I am just starting to, well, be tired. And it's only like 10 something. I don't know what's wrong with me, everyone. I don't know. I think I maybe. I think I've just been waking up pretty early, so I'm getting tired early. So, yeah. But, anyways. So, how's this gonna start off? Well, we're going to just. I'm gonna have to do background, so. Okay, Saiki, died. Normal death. Old age. Married. The fortune teller girl from Saiki K. If you know who she is, good. If you don't know, hold on. I think her name is Arima Mikoto. Yeah, he married her. Had kids. Died of old age. And they didn't have psychic powers for some weird reason. He didn't understand. She didn't understand. They had fortune teller powers, but they didn't have psychic powers. Well, not to the extent he has. He has way too many. All right. So I'm not gonna go freaking listing them all down and writing them. I'm just gonna go with the ones I remember. Telekinesis, clairvoyance, able to see the future, time travel. Basically revert something by a day. Basically, if something breaks, he's able to fix it by a day. So, he has super strength. He's basically able to make like force fields. I think he's able to also breathe underwater, breathe in outer space. He's even able to somehow fix a planet by a year. Oh, yeah, fix an active volcano by a year. He can see the future, but only for like something bad happens. He's able to see where people are. He's even able to view something like if when he touches like a book, he was able to view everything: the print press, the one who wrote it, the spoilers for it, the major ones, and yeah. So basically, though, Saiki met God, and then Saiki just asked the question: why do I have all these powers, God? Why did you give me them? Why has my life been this way because of you? And God just said, because, Saiki, you are destined to be someone great. And this was a test to see how you would use your powers. And you passed. He goes, wait, what? What do you mean I passed? I passed your trial? What do I have to do now? He just asked. He goes, oh, easy. I'm sending you to a world filled with powers similar to yours. But everyone only has one. You will have many. Their powers we call quirks, and your powers are just abilities. Understand, Saiki Kujo. You still are the being who could destroy a planet if he ever wanted to. In which Saiki just thinks to himself, no, please, no, please. And he says, goodbye, Saiki. Good luck. I wish you well. And then, yeah. So Saiki gets reincarnated as Suzuka Midoriya. Well, actually, Suzuka Midoriya, basically, everyone calls him Suzuka Midoriya. He goes by Saiki. Or, yeah. He still goes by Saiki as a nickname. Basically, he has all the powers that he has in the anime, which is, basically you can watch it on YouTube or Netflix. Alright, just want to say that if you guys are wondering where to just watch it. Yeah, but anyways, he's basically OP right off the bat. He does somewhat similar things to, just for his mom, Inko, because she's, single. She, and plus, when they find out that, this is not a quirk, they don't know what the heck to do. Like, he just says this. Easy. Nothing. I could basically destroy a planet when I was older. Actually, I could destroy multiple planets if I wanted to. They're like, wait, what? He goes like, yeah, my power is so strong. When I get older, it's gonna basically be able to destroy a planet if I don't have something to keep them in control. So basically, he basically says, is there anywhere we can go to get certain stuff made for me? And you're like, yeah, a hero, support items. And he was like, all right. So basically, they go to the top lab, Shield. He was still in the city. So basically, he asks Mr. Basically, he says, excuse me, Mr. Shield, could you build something like this, or at least show me parts that I can use to, build them? And they were like, huh? It was like, just trust me, please. It was like, all right, so basically, he looks at the design of them, and he goes like, oh, I can make the classes. I don't know about the antennas or inhibitors. And he said is inhibitors. They stop his second powers. So he's just having them one for right now because, well, by the time he knows what age is gonna happen, he knows he can even turn people to stone with his eyes, and it'll last for only 24 hours, I believe it was. So what happens is, Mr. Well, he says Mr. Shield creates glasses right away. He has them now. He basically then asks if he can just build his the inhibitors. But he says, "All right, kid, I don't know how you're going to." And then next thing you know, boom, psychic abilities right off the bat, telekinesis. Every tool, every technology, it's starting to build itself through his memory of it, and yeah, his brother and him got along when they got older. So yeah. Anyways, he has them. He asks, why did you need them? He goes, oh, because, well, believe it or not, my power is going to become stronger than anyone in this whole entire planet can ever imagine. Strong enough to basically destroy the whole entire planet. And these will stop that from happening. Well, I mean, I still will be strong. It's just my full capability will be hindered. So, yeah. And so, years go by. He starts working on his psychic abilities. Him and Inko go out into the woods every year to see how strong he is. And right when about he got really strong enough to lift up a planet by himself with no inhibitors on, that's when they put it on. And he can just, and so it kept on growing and growing and growing. Bakugo, everyone knows about his quirks. Well, his quirk, it basically has a lot to it. which is insane to most people. Villains who heard about it, you know, just, just like stay off the streets now because they're not gonna go fight the future kid who may be the number one hero. No, they're not gonna go fight that. All for one even heard about this kid, Izuku Midoriya, and was like, I need his quirk. But it did say it's technically not a quirk, and he was like, "Oh crud, no, nope, 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 I'm out." He goes into hiding, like deep hiding. So the fight with All Might never happened. Like he just stayed like hidden. He's only gonna come out when this kid's like dead. So he has like a freaking age stopping quirk. So it's like, he's not gonna come. He's not gonna age. If he does age, it'll be because, well, this kid's fine to him. But he has a plan to take down this kid. But they only think the strength he has is the strength that he is going to ever be. They don't know about the inhibitors. So basically, as soon as he'll take off one, snap a finger, boom, everyone's down on the ground, just knocked out. All right, okay, that's enough of me like giving background information. Like, okay, so the day of the anime, the day of the anime. So what if Deku was the reincarnation of Saiki K? All right. Also, I am only bringing in one other character from the freaking anime. All right, from Saiki K into this, and she is gonna be the reincarnation of Momo. And well, I am also doing a Deku was the reincarnation of Meliodas, and Elizabeth is gonna be Momo. All right. Okay. So. Yeah. So, anyways, let's get into this. So the day of the anime happens. The teacher throws up the papers, and everyone's just doing exactly the same thing. Bakugo has changed significantly. He has known Izuku, so he has seen all this power. He has become not shy, but a little bit more determined on training. He became a lot more respectful, and he doesn't let his ego get to him. So as soon as he just says, "Teach, don't everyone can try to become a hero, but no one really can be a hero unless you have a really powerful quirk." It's unfortunate, but yeah. So understand, don't only bring up hopes of people if they can't get in. It's just mean and pathetic sometimes, a little bit for them. And some that he says it in a nice way, but he still gets like everyone's glaring at him. But then he like glares right back at them, goes like, "What you want? Extras." That does come out, and they stop, and then they say like, "Izuku." Basically, all the papers are just like going back into a pile, and I'm always gonna say this instead of like good grief. I'm just gonna say like this, and basically Izuku. I mean, basically Deku or Saiki. I'm just gonna say Saiki. Saiki just says yada yada. I'll say good grief and then or yada yada because I don't know why. I like saying that a little bit more because it just seems a lot more fun. And I'm just going with what I hear from the show when he says good grief. But yeah. But anyways, as the teacher says, "Thank you, Zuko." He's like, "No problem, teach." And he's not even opening up his mouth. He's just using, not telekinesis, but psychic kinesis, whatever. Telepath. Maybe it's shit, like everyone to hear his thoughts. And well, and they say, "Oh, we have like even though Bakugo wants to get in, he has good grades. You also want to get in." And he learned that since he's not normal, he doesn't really need to like he's not normal, and neither is this world. Everyone has powers. Everyone's extraordinary, and he's just saying, I'm gonna show off my skills now. Since I live in a world where everything is different than what I did. I never had to change the world like I did back when in my other world. So yeah. So basically, this guy just basically just decided to he's acing everything. Tests, like tests, basically projects. He's doing everything. He's basically top student along with Bakugo. Alright, so yeah, Bakugo did try to fight him one time and he got wrecked. Simple chop to the neck. Knocked him out. People were like, wait, what? They even had Saiki had his hands tied, and all of a sudden they forgot he has telekinesis, and he just basically used it and shoot a rock at Bakugo and hit him in the stomach, send him flying. And they were just thinking, and this is only when he was 8, and this is he already knew all his powers, he already had control over them. He mastered all of them, so that knowledge was already with him. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, let's go back to the story. But, Saiki and Bakugo, are gonna go into UA. People know this. They wish them luck. He just says thanks, and Bakugo just says, "Of course I'm getting UA. I'm the best, basically." And then Saiki just says, "Whatever, Or we say, angry Pomeranian. Is what you say, nerd?" And he goes, "You're a nerd too." He was like, "Whatever." Then Bakugo is basically at school. Saiki just teleports home. Sledgevillain. It happens, but it happens with a different student. Then, the same thing happened with Bakugo. Inko basically asked him how was his day when he got in. So he just says, it was good. And, he gets, basically changed. And then, Inko has it on the news where Bakugo's happening. And then, Saiki sees it. And Inko looks at him. And he just nods. And he just teleports right to the scene. But wearing a mask. And I'm just going to say this because it's really funny how I saw in one of the episodes what he did to this one person. Basically, the guy, the Sludge Villain, saying, "If you move, I'll kill the kid." As the next thing you know, Sludge Villain gets the kid ripped out of him with psychokinesis. And then pyrokinesis happened to him. He's basically going turned small, and then Saiki stopped it. So Saiki just walks up to him. He was like, "Who are you?" He was like, "Your worst nightmare." And then basically he teleports away. All Might comes in saying, "I am here. Well, what happened here?" So, Bakugo explained to All Might. He's not riding out Saiki though, so yeah. Anyways, he gets back. He takes out the mask. He just says, "Oh, that was a pain." She just says, "Thank you." Yes. Suku, you're like, "No problem, Mom." Anyways, come on, let's have some dinner. She goes, "Alright." So, the training starts. Saiki, since he already has his powers planned, heck, he even found a way how to have contacts, so he doesn't need the glasses. But he doesn't like to wear the contacts much since he likes the glasses, as he was used to them. But he only wears them sometimes, the contacts, once in a while. So yeah. Anyways, he goes to the beach. He cleans it up in a matter of hours. And yeah. Oh, since I made All For One never fight All Might. No. They were in the middle of the fight when he heard about Saiki, and then he was like, "Oh my, I'm gonna go into hiding." He goes like, "Wait, what? Why?" He goes, "There is a boy out there that is stronger than you and me combined, and I need to figure out how to destroy him, or to get his quirk." And then, as you know, the guy called up saying that he's quirkless, sir. He said, "But you said he's powerful." He was like, "These are not quirks; these are abilities." And then All For One dropped his phone, and when he heard that, which All For One was like, "All For One, what's the matter?" He was like, "He has no quirk." He was like, "What?" "They are abilities, All Might. Abilities! I can't take them! And that means I need to find a way to destroy this kid. So, goodbye." As you know, he just shoots a big giant pressurized air down, making him basically dust to cover his escape. And yeah, so basically, All For One's been watching Zuko all this time. And during this one summer, he decides to kidnap Izuku and try to get rid of him. So basically, during the summer, like, it's been like that was like in the first month. Only like the first day is, the first day he goes to the beach, he cleans it up. Then he just helps out anywhere he's needed, and plus he just trains his his abilities a little bit more. Even when I say he mastered them, he's just basically still just doing it so that way he doesn't get rusty. So basically what happens is, though, this is during the 5th, he's walking at night because his mom knows he's powerful enough to take care of himself. So she says, "I'll let you go out by yourself now. Just don't stay out till like 2:30 in the morning." He was like, "Sure, Mom." So yeah, so basically it's like 11:30 at night. He's walking underneath a bridge as then a van's pulling up. The door is open and a guy is about to grab, basically he's getting ready to grab Saiki, as he's not even there. As when they go by near, like, come up to a area where there is a space where someone can hide in or stand in, to like basically hide from anyone. They see Saiki just standing there and just saying like, "So you tried to kidnap me, huh? Let's see how about let's see how much you like it then." And then everyone just hears screaming. And then, well, the next day they found 3 guys knocked out and basically had a note saying, "Don't ever, like, whoever sent them, don't come after me." Basically, which All For One like, crud. I may need an army. Like, he may need like the whole like entire army of villains that are just on the same level as the Shinobi Alliance. So, yeah, but anyways, back to it. So after that, he goes home, and then, basically though, after he took down those guys, he goes home, he sees it on the news, he smiles, then he just goes out and walks around the city. And then he sees a dojo, and he sees people learn, like, doing martial arts. And basically, he just goes, I was never interested in before, but I've been trying new things, so, let's do this. So he goes in, he, sees a dojo, there's martial arts, and let's just say this person is a teacher similar to One Punch Man Silverfang, Bane, but he's not him. It's just, like, the hair is similar, that's it. And wait, the hair and the mustache, that's it, though. He doesn't have, like, the flowing fist crushing rock. He doesn't have that, but it's just like he just teaches like karate and any type of martial arts he'll teach. So yeah. So basically, Saiki, asks if he can just watch and see, and see if he likes to join, and that's it. And also, he does explain to the teacher about his abilities and such, and they go, "All right." So what happens is, he sees if he's gonna like it, so that he wants a demonstration. As they do multiple fighting styles and different ways of fighting. Say like the fight is basically it's like two hand to hand combat, basically having doing like backflips too, then all of a sudden grabbing like a freaking grabbing a staff and just start fighting with it and adapting to everything around them. So Saiki decides to join them. He basically he becomes pretty good at it actually. And there is also a during this time period though. This is like that was like 4th month into, so during the 7th month, he's on the way back home from the dojo, and on the way, he's hearing someone goes like, "Oh wow," and then he so like, "Oh no, no, please, don't tell me it's her." I remember those words so much. That knowing that girl that girl always freaking tried to get me to say those two phrases. She was also selfish, so very selfish and bratty. So basically, he walks to where he hears it, and he sees, well, a girl that has black hair and a ponytail, just talking to a guy, just saying, "You don't have to say that, really. I know the way I look, but please don't, say that." And he's like, "Oh, sorry." He was like, she laughs it off, and he goes like, "It's no problem." And he goes, "But why don't you want that? Why you want to say that?" And she just says in a sad voice, saying, "It's because I figured out why guy didn't like me, and I tried to change." Which she was like, "Huh?" And then all of a sudden, a god reigns in, saying, "Oh yes, Saiki, I forgot to tell you something. I had another power for you." He was like, "What? What do you mean?" He was like, "To save the souls of people." He was like, "Huh? So you mean just like my wife? Her see their auras and such?" And he was like, "Yes, but you're able to, it's a combination between that and your friend who was a perv, no offense." He was like, "Yeah, the one who can see souls, spirits." I mean, he was like, "Yes." He's like, "Alright, so I can see her soul, I see who she is." And yeah, he basically says, "Yep, I added her here." He was like, "Why?" "Because drama, and two, I thought this would be a cute couple, you and her." He's like, "God, she literally would never change. I'm not, judging you, but come on." Seriously, he basically says, hold on. He says Terahashi Kokomi was legit selfish, always trying to make me say W. And honestly, it's like she basically says she was perfect. And even like she was, but at the same time, she had a flaw. You can't be perfect, no matter how. And she tried her hardest. I mean, I commend her on that, but hey, she she just tried way too hard. Why not just be herself? Which my wife was, and which I like, and which I liked about her. So, yeah. Then God says, "Yes, I know." And he says, and then Psyche says, "Also, she said you God even loved her," which wasn't true. He was like, "I love all my children equally." He was like, "No, no, 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 no. Tell me, favoritism." He was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, okay." Quick pause. Yes, honestly, that is freaking true. Tatsumi wait, hold on, not yeah, Terahashi Kokomi. She literally had freaking some points where it seemed like she got what she wanted. It was the universe or God. So, well, God in the Saiki K's like anime. I know that's how it's supposed to be written, but still, It's just, oh, freak. She literally says that a few times in the anime, I think. That even God loves her. So, yeah, I'm not lying. Anyways, back to the story. And he goes, like, so basically, Saiki goes, so why did you bring her here? And he goes, like, well, after she found out about you were dating your wife, and she left Japan, she became, an actor just like her brother, which he technically got arrested. You heard that? You heard about that, right? He was like, yeah. She basically charged him. He basically, and God says, yep, he got in jailed. Anyways, she trained and died alone, well, with an animal. She had friends, but she didn't date no one. Which Saiki goes like, what? And he goes like, yep, she never got over you, Saiki. So I gave her another chance at life. And she asked me to, well, when I told her I was going to give her another chance at life, she said no. She just wants to rest in peace, and that's it. So if I were you, Saiki, I would freaking apologize to her. Or at least tell her why you never liked her. At least give her the courtesy of that. Now then, goodbye. And then he leaves, and basically Saiki looks back at, the girl with black hair with a ponytail. And just being kind to the guy. And he sees, okay. And he sees Terahashi. And he kind of just smiles a little. But, then he stops and teleports home. Basically, she looks over and she doesn't see nothing. Also, if you're wondering, does Deku, aka Saiki, still have his pink hair? Yes. He still has his pink hair. I'm not getting rid of that. He's able to even transform into a girl, but whatever. But anyways, should I also give him freckles? No, he doesn't have no freckles in this. So yeah, basically, he looks like Saiki. Deku looks like Saiki, so basically it's Saiki. And anyways, so basically he goes home, and he tells his mom that he needs to tell her something. They need to talk. He's like, Mom, we need to have a serious talk here. She's like, okay. And he tells her about his life before and how he had kids and he was married. He lived a happy life with a caring and understanding wife. And plus, he found out there was a girl who said she was perfect. And, she was the perfect girl. And everyone said, like, these words, like, oh, then W-O-W. And he goes like, what do you mean? Oh, wow. He goes like, yeah. She always got a reaction out of anyone from that. Like, any guy. And I wasn't the one who said it. So she got, basically, always trying to get me to say it. Always trying to hang out with me. She fell in love with me. I didn't like her. Because I could always read her mind. And I saw her what she truly, like, felt. And I didn't like her. How she was, how she acted, than how she really was. I did not. So, I didn't want to be around her at all. And when we all left high school, before she even, asked me out, I knew she was gonna ask me out, but I didn't know someone else was going to. And after that girl that asked me out, that became my wife, she left. Terahashi left. And I never saw her again. I just heard she became a movie star in America, and well, that's all I heard. I didn't really care much to look her up, actually. And she goes, okay, so do you feel a little bit guilty? I was like, kinda. I mean, maybe I should have gave her a chance, right? She liked me, but I didn't like her because she always thought she was perfect, and that the way she acted sometimes always made me kind of a little bit annoyed. So I didn't know. I mean, I didn't want to help her. Also, I didn't like to be at the center of attention. No one had my powers, so I I didn't know what to do. And Inko hugs Saiki, and she says she understands. It must have been tough living in a world like that. Did your parents know about it though? He was like, of course. My brother hated me for them. He even tried to get rid of my powers. So yeah, but it never worked. They came right back, which was surprisingly funny. Because a meteor was coming back, and I heard her call out that, even God loves me, and all that, and basically that God would never let her die. As then, basically, my powers returned. So, I don't know if it was her or an act of God's will to give me back my powers. Or my powers never left and they were just like dormant, suppressed. And then they came back when I wanted them. So, yeah. Anyways. Do you think I should give her a chance in this world? Well, Inko says, if you know who she is now, then maybe? It all depends how she turns out, alright? But, you're still my son, so we'll see about this. And he was like, alright, thanks, Mom. He goes to his room, and he basically opens up he goes to a shelf, grabs a book, and starts writing down. This is a journal on his feelings and such. Because he figured out it kind of helps instead of bottling them up a little bit. When he was back in the Saiki K's world before he died. So he's been doing it ever since. Then, Bakugo texts him saying, like, hey, it's almost time, for the UA just in a couple of months. You ready? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. How about you? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. They chat for a little bit. They talk about, like, the events that are happening and such. And then Saiki just spilled the beans about his past, which he was wait. So you could do all these different things at a young age back then and now. Wait, back then when we were kids, even in the other world, and then you already knew what you could do. And he was like, yep. And you basically have the power to destroy a planet. He was like, yep. Like I told you, I was never lying. He was like, alright, okay, I believe you, man. Like, it's kind of cool though you got reincarnated. But anyways, talk to you later. It's like, yep, okay. That's how Saiki is on this one a little bit. I know it's not like, but he does have that like emotionless space and such. So it's like, hey, he's still Saiki, but just a little bit more like open to talking and like doing, well, doing different things and such because new world, new life sort of deal. And it's filled with quirks and they're all different strange. So, hey, it's whatever. So yeah, so basically, he looks up. Well, he just started. Like, he goes online, starts researching some things. Then he comes across the Yararozu's, support gear, and he was like, "Huh." So he sees Mr. Yararozu and Mrs. Yararozu, and then he sees the same girl. But then he says Momo Yararozu, and he goes, "Oh, great, she's rich. This is gonna be fun." Like, he still thinks, she's gonna be exactly the same way. But then he remembers she said he didn't have to say that, and he didn't read her mind, so he doesn't know how she truly felt. So, yeah. So, anyways, he goes to karate, his like classes and trains, they figured out that his he basically would get a lot stronger with his physical strength. So he always he learned how to control his strength even more because of the karate class. So that's what they taught him how to do at first, because they figured, hey, he's really strong. He's gonna break through this class. How about we have his strength basically controlled even more? We focus on that first. So they beat it into his head basically on how to control his strength as percentage. So yeah, the inhibitors, he basically will take them off, and then he'll be still 1% will be able to destroy a wall, but he goes 0.001% able to knock out a person. So yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Anyways, so after everything's done, he goes into the UA entrance exam confident. He doesn't trip over a rock. He also has been helping out a few people over the years too, so he has some pretty good friends. So yeah, because of those, he's able to see the future and such to happen. He's able to help out and change it. But anyways, freaking nose. Hold on, everyone. Alright, I'm back. So basically, he goes into he basically aces the exam. He even corrects Nezu. Nezu put in problems, and there were only 3 corrections that Saiki did. Nezu was impressed by this. All for one, kind of can't do nothing, so he's gonna be out of the picture. He's gonna have Tomura, become the successor of Tomura. Has been trained to deal with Saiki, and he's been taught many different things in combat, along with he's not the no fair guy. Not a childish guy. He's way more mature now. He's way more tactical. Has a little bit of a mean streak, and that's it. But anyways, so yeah, I'm really not. I'm starting to get tired, so that's why I'm rushing. I apologize, but yeah. Anyways, so at the entrance, at the fighting part of the expedition on the 0-pointers, basically Ida's about to interrupt, and Saiki just stops him, and that's it. They go through, and yeah. So at the fighting portion, Saiki just takes all the robots and crushes them all together. No, he takes about 50 3-pointers and crushes them all at once, which surprised everyone. And then, he just takes a break, waits for everyone to get enough points, goes back into the fight. He used pyrokinesis. Then he's able to use psychikinesis, but use it as a sword and such to cut right through everything, even as a laser. He goes after the 1-pointers for a bit, then goes up to the 2-pointers, and leaves the 3-pointers alone. Then when the 0-pointer comes out, Uraraka still gets trapped. She still calls for help. Right around the 0-pointer, comes, Saiki just basically says, yada yada, and boom, just moves his hand. Pyro with psychokinesis. Hits the 0-pointer. Blows it up, throws it up into the air, puts it on fire, and having it just burn away. Heck, he even just he even just flies over to it and just throws a chop right down and cuts it into 2. And then floats down over to Araka and has everything, all the rebel codes off her, moves to the side, and heck, he even heals her. And then the buzzer rings, and basically, Fresmai says, well then, everyone, that is it. Thank you for your participation, and try to become heroes if you did not make it here at other schools. And he just said, Uraraka says thank you, he says, no problem. He just teleports away. Unbeknownst to him, there was someone watching. somebody that did not know he was around. Momo Yaoruzu was watching, aka Terahashi was watching him, and she was surprised to see somebody to have Saiki's abilities. Heck, to even look like Saiki. She had flashbacks of Saiki. Her heart starts racing. She's like getting flustered, and there's a Todoroki there, and Todoroki says, "Momo, are you all right?" He was like, that's what he says to her. He goes, "Oh, I'm fine. Todoroki, it's all right." And she's walking away, and Todoroki's thinking to himself, "Why was she blushing at that boy with pink hair and those antennas and glasses on? Wait, does she like him? No." Basically, in this one, he has Todoroki has a crush on Momo. And I'm gonna do him, be mean to Todoroki a little bit. Todoroki has been trying to ask out Momo for a long time. About like 2 years now. He's been trying to get the courage to, but he hasn't. But basically, yeah. So he goes like, seriously, Momo, are you okay? She goes, yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry. And he goes, but your face is red. She goes, and then she thinks, oh no, it's fine, Todoroki. I'm just a little bit hot. I think I'm coming down with something, but I'm gonna go home and get, check. He's like, oh, alright. So, but unbeknownst to her, I said Saiki, teleport home. I meant see, teleports outside. But basically, he's just outside, just on top of the building, and just smiling. He goes, I wonder how Bakugo did. Oh well. So, then he hears somebody says, it can't be Saiki. No, it can't. If it is, then what do I do? I can't like him again. It hurts. I was just a stupid idiot back then. Perfect girl? How can anyone be perfect when you realize there was someone better than you? The guy you like didn't even like you back. And that's what, she's telling herself. And unbeknownst to her, there are guys coming at, basically trying, to go get out of a van and, try to kidnap her. And they say, and basically, when they get to her, she's finally realizes, she goes, oh no. So she's gonna try to, use her quirk, but they grab her and says, and the guy says, we got her, boss. Oh, well, no, not boss. We got her, guys. We can use her to get some ransom money. And she goes, no, get off of me. Somebody, help. As then Saiki just comes down with psychokinesis, just fall down, burst, and boom. It landed right in front of her, like the Terahashi and the guys. And next they all went flying. Terahashi is just floating. And he just says, yada yada. You really are a handful, even in this world. She goes, Saiki? And he just says, just stay there and I'll take care of this. And, the guy says, what can you? And then he just suddenly flings his hand as a gust of wind comes out of nowhere, makes a tornado, send them flying. Basically to the police station. Which then Saiki calls the police station and tells them, and then they say, alright, thank you. Saiki knows the chief. He helped him out, so he gave him a free pass because their abilities, not powers, not quirks. So yeah. But anyways, sorry, everyone. Jeez. Yeah. Anyway, so Toroki was coming out. He saw the tornado, and he just says, "Well, see you around. What's your name? You know, again." She goes, "What do you mean?" He goes like, "Terahashi, right?" She goes, "Yes." Hold on, let me just double check if I got that right. I know I've been saying it, but still, it's hard to remember her name. Yeah, I said it. So she just says, "How can you forget my name?" He goes like, "Why? Because you're Miss Perfect?" And she goes, "No, I thought we were friends." And he just he's not seeing her like her, but you know because of the he's able to see through like stuff. So basically, he sees like her muscles, and then you can see a skeleton. But she's hearing her thoughts, and she's just saying, "Is he still mad at me for being what I was, a brat?" And then he realizes he was really being a jerk, and he still is to her, like being a jerk to her. He just sighs and he goes, "I'm sorry." She goes, "What?" He goes, "I should have gave you a chance, and I'm sorry. Bye." And then he just teleports away to, let's say, to a mountain in America, just randomly at a view that he likes. But he does start cursing himself out, saying like, beep, how can I be like this? I'm such a beep idiot. And man, I really am a stupid beep. So yeah. So he calls up his mom. He basically texts his mom that like he's just gonna stay here at such and such place for a while, and she says, "All right." So after 2 hours of staying there, he gets back home, and the his letter was already in. He got first place. Heck, he even destroyed the record in both the fighting portion and the written portion. He even beat Nezu's. So yeah, they congratulate him. He says, "Welcome to Your Hero Academia." And yeah, since I'm not really feeling so well, guys, I was gonna make this like an hour, 30 minutes long, but I'm not really feeling so good today. Like, I have not been feeling good today ever since I found out something. And yeah, so hope you guys can understand that. This what it's gonna be. It's already 11:01, so it's gonna be coming out later, probably like at 1 o'clock. So anyways, bye everyone. Stay safe.